There were two major decisions that disappointed pretty much everybody around me. And the first major decision was declining a paid-for master's at Georgia Southern. But that was a huge deal. I mean, I had extended family reaching out that I hadn't talked to in years. Now, once I got my job at Gulfstream, it was a pretty cushy job. I mean, it paid decent for starting out. That decision was kind of forgotten, and 9 months after being at Gulfstream, it was in the air whether I should quit and do auto work. And that was the second blow to everybody I knew. I mean, they just could not believe that in their eyes I was spiraling, declining the masters and then quitting the corporate job. I mean, in their eyes, I'm making terrible life decisions, And I had ran a lot of the numbers of how much I was pulling in from auto work, and it got very close to my Gulfstream salary. And so per hour I was putting in outside of work, I was pulling in a pretty decent income, and it got to the point where they both couldn't coexist. I was staying up late working on cars and making clients happy. I was rubbing my eyes at work. One time at Gulfstream, I fell asleep sitting up. I actually was sitting up, and my eyes shut and I fell asleep. And I didn't know it happened until someone shook me, and I was and that was 8 a.m. in a office setting, and I had to pick one. That's what it came down to. I had to pick one, numerically and physically and mentally. And a lot of the people around me didn't understand that it was a choice of just sanity that I had to pick one, Everybody around me was like, well, you can just do both. You can work at Gulfstream, you can still do auto work on the side, and you can have your cake and eat it too. And my answer to that was, if I truly care about my clients and I truly prioritize the cars I'm working on, it's not a priority if I have a full-time job. And that led to my decision of truly prioritizing my clients and going full-time to help these people out, to fix their cars, to do a good job, to put everything into it, time and money. And it was very numerically decided, but it was a leap of faith to actually quit my job at Gulfstream, especially because it was a decently paying job. It was a tough decision. The consensus was that it was a bad idea from everyone around me. And when you're making a leap of faith, even if you're someone that believes completely in yourself, a little bit of doubt cuts. There are versions of me that didn't make it. There are very small things that could have happened where I might not have been able to make it, but life moves very quickly. You have to value yourself enough to make an illogical step sometimes. You can make every logical step in life and still not be happy. Both of my strikes of not going to a master's program and then quitting Gulfstream, both of those strikes were illogical steps. They were steps that were not logical, where I made a decision for myself that I thought would make me happier. But obviously the main leap of faith is, can I do it by myself? Can I run a shop? There were a lot of individual leaps of faith there, but of course, when it pays off, we're extra happy, I don't regret either of them, obviously. And I'm really glad that I grew up a little and found out there's more to life than logic.